All right, it's live. Here we go.
Hey everyone, it's Jill from Today's Creative Food, and I am going live with our Kids Baking Club. All this summer, I am actually baking for kids and families since we're all distance learning. We're not able to go to summer camp. We're not able to do fun things outdoors as we used to. I hope you're getting outdoors for a little bit. But today we're going to make some fun My Country red, white, and blue muffins because it's July, it's patriotic, and I thought it would be really fun to make some amazing muffins. So I'm going to wait till I go live with our Facebook group as well. Are we ready to go?
All right. And what the?
Hold on. Wait a second.
What's going
We're
on?
almost here.
Okay, this is the first time it's done this. Out of how many lives?
So while we're waiting for us to go on Facebook Live, because we're trying to do this simultaneously, actually this is my first time live on YouTube. I have over 400 videos on my Today's Creative Food channel, but I thought it would be fun to do some fun baking classes, baking lessons for kids because we're all stuck at home and kids are looking for fun activities, and we wanted to make sure that they had something fun to do, especially in the kitchen. It brings the whole family together and it's a lot of fun. So today I'm going to be showing you this muffin recipe, and it's really, really delicious. I'll post all the information on my link down below when I actually post this on my videos. So are we ready to go live on Facebook? We're waiting.
Yeah, it's good.
Hey everyone, it is Jill from Kids Baking Club. How are you guys doing? We are checking to see if everyone will join us. We know there's people all over the country coming and joining us. Hey, it is summertime, and summertime is the time that we're normally going outside and we're going places and we're traveling around. We're going to, parks like zoos and Disneyland and SeaWorld, and wherever you live, there's fun things to do. Water parks. My kids used to love water parks, and now we can't. We have to kind of make our own fun for summer. And one of the things that I've done for the past 16 years is I have taught baking camps in the city where I live, in the beautiful city of Temecula. But this summer, I don't get to do that, and then all the kids don't get to come to the camps as well. So I thought, how fun would it be for all of the kids to join us in my kitchen and we bake together. Is the camera going real well?
Yeah, it's portrait for some reason. I'm just gonna turn it like
All
this.
right, we're just doing a few technical difficulties. So today, I'm excited to show you what I call My Country muffins. And when they bake, when you open them and even see them on the sides, and I'll send the picture to you in the comments after this, they look like they're red, white, and blue. And in July, it's kind of like a patriotic time. You drive through all the neighborhoods, you'll see flags out, you'll see people's porches have red, white, and blue. You notice people are wearing red, white, and blue. So wouldn't it be fun to make some red, white, and blue muffins for breakfast, for a snack, to bring to a family gathering? And actually, they save really well too. So kids, join me. Hey, I'm going to show you this recipe, but then I want you to make it for your entire family, because this is an easy recipe, and the best thing, it's actually packed with some nutrients, which are really, really great. So this recipe has 3 fruits in it. It has blueberries, yum, yum, yum. It has cherries, but these are the maraschino cherries that you would put on top of an ice cream sundae. And we're gonna put some lemon. We're gonna use the rind of the lemon, and we're gonna actually use the juice of the lemon. You can already tell how delicious this recipe is gonna be. Are you guys ready to go? Okay, let's get started. So the first thing that you're going to need is 2½ cups of flour, which I have already measured. This is a 2-bowl method, so you do need 2 bowls. I have a bowl here and a bowl here. The first one is we're going to put in all of our dry ingredients. So I have 2½ cups of flour. I'm gonna set these down for just a second so I don't tip them over. And then you're going to put in 1 cup of granulated sugar. Okay, I've got a question. What does sugar also look like? Did you say salt? Yeah, sugar and salt look very much the same. The only way you can tell the difference is if you taste it. And speaking of baking camps, we had one group, because the kids go in teams, and they put in 1 cup of salt. And when we tasted it, it did not taste good. All right, so this is the flour and the sugar. Now we're going to add what's called leavens. And what leavens are is these ingredients that actually, when it hits heat, they actually expand and it makes things rise, which is why you don't fill your cake pans and your muffin tins all the way up to the top, because then they'll boil over. One of those is baking powder. You can see it on the side here. We're going to put 2 teaspoons. The reason that I'm putting 2 teaspoons for parents, just a little science lesson, is that we're putting fruit in here, so it's going to make the dough a little heavier. Normally in a muffin recipe you might only add 1 teaspoon, but we're adding 2 because of the heaviness. And it's 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. So make sure you get your measuring spoons. I love these cans because they have a little lever here, so it actually helps. Now, as you can see, I've created like a prep kitchen. It's always fun, kids, when before you get started baking, set all your ingredients out first. That way you're not running around the kitchen and asking for things. You set it all out first. Then, when you're ready to bake, it makes it a little bit easier. So using a whisk or a spoon, I'm going to make sure I mix all those dry ingredients really, really well. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to get another bowl. And this bowl is going to be for all of our wet ingredients. So I'm going to take another bowl. And the first ingredient that it calls for is sour cream. But I did want to show you that if you love yogurt, you can substitute sour cream with yogurt. And actually, this is lemon yogurt. So hey, we're adding lemon already in it, so you can add the lemon yogurt. So it's really, really good. I'm going to set that aside. But I'm just going to take a cup of sour cream, and I've already measured this. I used the other cup for another recipe. Just gonna stick that in here. Another question. Do you know what sour cream's made out of? Right, milk. Yeah. So milk has a lot of fat in it. So this is going to create, oh, that was loud. This is going to create some added fat to the recipe instead of using other different types of fats. And what that does is it actually makes the muffins moister, okay? So now I'm going to add 2 eggs, and I've set these eggs out for about 20 minutes because I want them to be room temperature. You want your eggs room temperature so that the cold egg doesn't shock the other ingredients that you're going to use. So I'm going to crack it, use my 2 thumbs and let it dump out. Let's set that aside. Crack 2 thumbs. Crack. All right, and then you always want to make sure you dry your hands off. Make sure you wash your hands before you put them in your mouth. And we're just going to stir that really, really well. So has anyone ever made a lemon zest? Do you guys know what that is? So lemon zest is really the yellow part of the outside of a lemon. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So you can either use a zester or a grater like this. I'm going to clean this eggs off really quick. I always put a plate down below. There's different sides of a grater. This usually is the one that you do for cheese, for pizza. This is for large slices. But this little part, this is really to get that lemon zest. So you just take a washed lemon, and you'll notice, and I'm going to show you, if you just go like this, you'll see it's yellow. But you'll also start to see, if I do it a little bit farther, it's starting to show white. I don't want the white zest in there. Why is that? Because it's bitter. So you just want to kind of go around, watch your thumb and fingers, and you're just going to scrape, and we're just going to try to get as much of the lemon peel at the top onto zest. And what this does is it just creates beautiful flavor. If you just want to add flavor to any recipe, you can just take a lemon, a lime, an orange, now I'm going to just take a spatula and I'm just going to bring that all down. What it does is it gives me some lemon zest to put in my recipe. Okay, this didn't make a lot, but that's okay because we're going to put some lemon juice in there as well. So now I'm going to actually make my lemon juice. And lemons have lots of seeds, so you definitely want a strainer. And if you don't have a strainer, then just make sure you pick out the seeds before you put it in the recipe. So this might be a thing that your parents need to help you with using a sharp knife. So always make sure that you have a good grasp on your fruit, and do not keep your knife near there. You want it as far apart. I'm just going to do the sides here, turn around, keep my fingers away. And then I'm just going to slice it. And now I'm going to squeeze to get that lemon juice. Now you can buy lemon juice already in a container. It's just called lemon juice. But it's not going to be as fresh as a fresh lemon. Now I have a lemon tree in the backyard, and there's been a lot of bees around, so it's going to be a really good lemon tree this year. Believe it or not, last season, I didn't get a lot of lemons, and the reason why was I had a possum that would come at night and take my lemons, eat around the rind, and just leave the middle part. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. So see all that juice that it got from the lemon? And you'd be surprised that this actually makes really good flavor. Now, what do you do with all these lemons? You know what I do? I actually put the lemon peels in a jar, I add some water and my favorite tea, and I put it in the backyard in the hot sun with a little bit of foil on top of the jar, and what it does is it makes sun tea, and it's delicious. So if you don't want to throw away your lemon peels, this is a really good thing to do. I'm going to set that aside. All right, so we have our lemon in here. Now I already melted 1 stick of butter and let it cool. I'm going to add it now. So to melt butter, the best way is just to put it in the microwave for about 10 seconds, 10 to 15 seconds. And remember, never open a microwave that you've heated stuff without touching the side of whatever you made first, because sometimes if it's not a microwave safe dish or bowl that you're using, it can actually heat up that and not heat up what you're heating up, and it can actually burn your hands. So I do want to make sure you know that. I've had parents tell me their kids burn themselves by doing that. Okay, now I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. And now this is going to go into our, or actually I'm going to add it to this. So I'm going to start adding the flour. Do you guys remember how much flour I put in? Right, 2.5 cups. How much sugar did I put in? Good, 1 cup. Good job. How many teaspoons of baking powder did I do? Right, 2 teaspoons. And how many, what kind of teaspoon did I use for the baking soda? A 1/2 teaspoon, right? You have to really read the side on the teaspoons it shows. So this recipe is actually in our baking kit this month. For those who are joining us for the very first time, my preschool that I own got shut down due to COVID. And it's probably not going to open for another year due to the restrictions here in California. So being a single parent, I decided to start another business, and I started deciding that I wanted to share all these recipes that I've been teaching for years and years and years in baking camps. And so it's called Kids Baking Club. You can see our apron, and it's a box that you get in the mail. It's only $19.99. It's filled with recipes and all the baking tools and supplies. If you just go to kidsbakingclub.com, you can see all the information there. But also I wanted to actually teach too, because I miss it so much. I'm going to add a cup of fresh blueberries. If you don't have fresh, you can add frozen too. Just make sure you wash them and dry them first. And it's just been amazing. We launched on May 1st, and it's just been amazing. I don't even know what to say. I've just been so overjoyed with the families and the photos that they're sending. It's just blessed me just to see all the response. It's been awesome. Now these are the maraschino cherries. They come in a jar like this. Now you won't usually find these in the fruit section. They actually are where the ice cream section is, where all the toppings are. So look for them there. This is a fun project for kids because they get to cut them. I mean, you can use a safety knife. We're just gonna, so you can already see it's red, white, and blue. And I don't want to mix it too much because I don't want my dough to turn red. I want it to keep white. So normally if you see me do recipes with muffins and cupcakes, I always use cupcake liners. But today I'm not, because I want, when they come out of the oven and pop out, I want them to be able to see the red, white, and blue. So what I did was I just oiled a cupcake liner. I just took some oil and I just wiped my fingers through, washed my hands, and now they're nice and oiled. Using an ice cream scooper, the best. If not, you can use a spoon. You're just gonna take about that much. See, it's almost full, and just plop it in there. You want it to be about 2/3 full. You want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and these will bake about 17 to 20 minutes. If you have any questions, just go ahead and put them down in the comment line because I will answer them. And then also on Thursday, we are decorating ice cream cookies. Those who have our kit this month got an ice cream cookie cutter and some decorating supplies. But if you don't have those, still join us because it'll just inspire you. I'm going to show you a trick of how to color your icing if you don't have colors, food colors. Because nowadays it's hard to get into a craft store or a baking store to get the food colors. So when these are all out of the oven, I'm going to post a photograph of how they look so that you guys can see. And I will see you on Thursday for our cool down ice cream cookie decorating class. All right, we will see you soon. Bye-bye.